there's a lot of people who don't really understand aging very well, and they don't understand what's important to people as they age. And you obviously can't generalize, but for a lot of people, safety is not their primary concern. That might be the concern of families, it might be the concern of caregivers, but there's a lot of systems that exist. There's a lot of living places that exist, like nursing homes, that will keep you exquisitely safe. But at what expense, right? At the expense of your independence, right? At the expense of not being able to go where you want to go and eat what you want to eat and go to the bathroom when you want to go to the bathroom, go to sleep when you want to go to sleep. So these sorts of solutions, WalkSmart and dependence and other technologies built specifically for seniors are what's empowering people to live the kind of lives that they want to live, while providing a base level of safety that doesn't intrude upon their lives. WalkSmart is the world's first smart walker attachment, and it is intended to help older adults and really anyone who is struggling with ambulation, with walking, to just maintain their independence for as long as possible. And in the course of that, we hope to help people live healthier, better lives and to save some lives by preventing falls and detecting when there might be an emergency. It attaches right to the wheel of a walker, as you might be able to see here. Very discreet. You kind of forget it's there after a while. But basically, it does a couple of things. It will track your fitness level, so as the wheel rotates, it'll record that and see how far you've walked. It'll also alert the system if it doesn't move for a long period of time, or if it tips over. So there's a lot of different functions that it does. That's all analyzed in our cloud infrastructure, and then essentially the information goes to the right person, the person who can utilize it. So fitness data might go to a physical therapist who can track the outcomes of their therapy, or to a family member who's concerned about declining overall function. Safety alerts might go to a family member that lives nearby, or it might go to a caregiver in an assisted living or independent living community. And who knows, some of the seniors that use this really like to check the data for themselves and see how far they've walked. It's a really fun way to gamify staying healthy. People are living longer, right? And we're going to be living easily into our hundreds normal in the next generation, if not the next 2 generations. So I think that walkers are a fantastic technology. There's nothing wrong with them. They are suited very well for what they do. Until we get like exoskeletons that people can put on their legs. They're trying to make those. They're all clunky, and the battery packs are massive. There's going to be great advances with those, especially for people with traumatic brain injuries and trying to recover from those sorts of disabilities. But for the overwhelming majority of people, as they get older, they're going to need to use a walker. And so one of the things we want to do with WalkSmart is to make walker use more fun, right? We want there to be a positive incentive to use the walker. So my grandma gets a text message when she reaches her daily walking goal for the day, right? So she has a reason to use it, and she calls me and says, "Hey, look at my WalkSmart. Look how good I did today. Look how much I walked." I just had a conversation with a lady yesterday, and she's like, "Well, can you tell me how far I walked?" And I showed her, and she's like, "I walked almost 2 miles the other day." And it was just such a sense of pride. I feel like if we can make independence and mobility toward the end of people's lives just that much more accessible and that much more fun and that much more just important, right? Then it's going to have just huge impacts on people's health and their happiness. We have people who walk miles a day, right? And we have people that get and walk only 3 to 4 times a day, right? And short distances, but it helps no matter what. And there's so many different types of alerts, so many different configurations that you want to match it to the individual, because everyone is different.